9 blind at some point today when I feel like I'm ready. I did want to set this up though, and I've been working on it for a couple hours, but I figure people would be interested in this anyway, maybe. Possibly. Okay, so we have, well, first of all, let's embiggen this thing. So we have, this device, this bunch of stuff going on here. And, all of this is kind of controlled in here. This is really neat, but, like, I've never had music independent before like that. And also system audio independent of everything. But this is really cool. Even digitally, if I press that button. Where is it? Let me see here. It's this. Yeah. If I mute that in there, it totally just jams that thing up and down. Here it is. Like, that's a real physical thing that's moving up and down. I think that's really amazing. But, there's a whole bunch of, like, lighting and stuff that I can do here. Yeah, just a whole billion things that I can do to change everything a lot. It's just changed the hell out of this, and I haven't done any of that yet. It's really cool. But the reason I bought it was because it routes a lot of stuff. A lot of this is hardware controlled, so if this app closes, it still continues to work. But you lose some effects, and there are a shitload of effects. I haven't really played with these yet. Test. Yeah, I haven't done much with these. Anyway, there's a whole bunch of those. There's like 6 presets. Boots. Yeah, that kind of stuff. There's this though, and this is extremely interesting to me because it lets you do this kind of stuff right here. Because it lets you do this kind of stuff right here. And I can just bind air horns and shit to these 12 buttons that exist because it lets you do this kind of stuff right here and just be like, you know, rocking that. Thanks for the sub. This is a brand new device for me, so I'm still setting it up. I want to color this completely differently, but I did want to broadcast this because I know some people are into this. Check that shit out. Yeah, it is. I literally waited on this. Let me not bump those real quick. Okay, that's done. Hell yeah. So I'm just setting this up. I'm just messing with stuff. I'm not sure how I want to do the routing on this. This is my headphones. I can set it to a bunch of different stuff, but I haven't done much with it yet. I just got it today. I should probably put my webcam somewhere that makes sense, so I'm not holding it the whole time. It's just one of those things where, like, I'm using it, it's right in front of me. Like, where do I put this? Hold on a second. I turned off the sub notification sound. I should be able to control it. I feel like one of the reasons why I've been wanting to change my subs up is because the audio on them. And especially now when Resub City's on, I can lower with a slider real quick. or just turn off the audio on them, and you can still enjoy the visual, which I feel like is the main part of them. But yeah, I have a problem with my mic. It's very quiet, so I was looking for something to replace my busted mixer that would allow me the preamp that I need, and this seems to do it. There, how's that? Let me rotate this.
Nice setup.
Okay. There we go. Here's this thing. That's better. That's more reasonable, right? So I don't know what happened.
How will we enjoy sub-notices without lame text-to-speech comments?
Exactly. The text-to-speech is a big problem sometimes. Anyway, one thing that happens when you turn this on is that all the colors flash and these things bounce up and down. I don't think I should do that because if I unplug it, I don't know what it will do to my audio devices. And there's a bunch, and they're all USB. But I'm really glad that it has a preamp in it that's worth a damn. And I mean, if it powers my mic to where you can actually hear me, then it definitely does. And you can see already why I had the music off on the sub-alert. That's just a lot. It's just a lot. Thank you for the subs, everybody, though. Once we get through the resubs that are happening on Twitch, like in a month here, it will wrap up. I need to fix it so that it doesn't care if you're on a streak or not for my alerts, because that's a thing, I guess. I'm not sure what's left to do here. So we have, let me mess with the lighting, because that's something I haven't done at all, and I figure people would enjoy that kind of thing. So, I know it's kind of bright. Webcam makes it that way. We have a music game, allegedly game, headphones. Mic. That schedule is a bit old, and the artist who made that for me disappeared. I wish I knew what happened to her. She also made the Cats Were Special shirt, which I really like, and some other stuff, but can't find her anywhere, so any revision to the schedule I have to do myself, and I need to do some image editing to make that happen, because I don't know if I even have the PSDs for which I would drop that text on. It's definitely outdated. I might need to replace it soon. But yeah, we haven't done Quizler Blitz or Quizler in a while because it just isn't working right. We have to fix something on it. It's expensive. This thing is $400. It's definitely an expensive toy. It's not a toy for me. It's work, so I could justify that, I think. But the problem is audio equipment is just expensive. The mixer I would use that I need to use this mic is a minimum of $200, almost more like $300 to get what I want out of a mixer, or a mixer and a preamp. $300, $400. This thing is a couple of devices combined. Let me show you the screen again real quick. This is my stupid way to, you know what, I'll just window capture that, actually. Never mind. I don't know what I'm doing. It's like my first day broadcasting here. So let me window capture the settings I'm looking at. Oh, there you go. So right here we have some serious shit, man. Like some hardcore mixing stuff built into this thing. We have a phantom power mic if you have that. It has enough gain on the preamp to I think clearly. Do I sound good? Do you hear static when I talk? Clearly boost my mic. It's a Rode Procaster. It needs a lot of gain. That's a big problem. We have an equalizer here with a ton of settings, just an absolute shitload. All of it, really. I sat and went through that. It's all the equalizer that I ever wanted. The gain on the compressor and stuff is here. So this keeps me from making like too much. This is me clapping directly in the mic, and it's not letting me really peak. So that's there. I had a device that was $100 to do just this, so you know this adds up fast. The gate is the same thing. I use OBS's gate, but now I'll just use this. Just say whatever. And the de-esser is also a nice thing to have. The $100 compressor that I had a de-esser on it as well. But there's definitely some stuff in here that you get your money's worth. I would say you do, but it is expensive. That kind of stuff is always expensive, unfortunately. And I mean, it's just the price you pay for an XLR mic. It sucks, but I mean, it is. It's got a ton of nice little features. I do have some equipment to spare. I don't know what to do with it. My mixer broke. I tried to fix it. That's why I've been on the Yeti for so long, the last month or two. This was coming out. This came out at TwitchCon and they sold out. They sold out completely, and they just now got their second shipment in. So I am like, I've been waiting for it because I figured I might as well jump to this since I'm going to spend a minimum of $200 to replace stuff that annoyed me, stuff that didn't really work right a lot of the times. So this is, it's got the sampler buttons and all those effects and stuff. That's just stuff that I use. There's the mixer that I had. I'll get it on camera real quick. Hold on. But it's got some problems. Okay, the mixer I had here is quite large, first of all. Here it is. It's very large. It's a big boy. It's 12 channels. That's the price you pay for mute buttons and stuff like that. It's just, this is, I would probably get a bigger one than this if I replaced this, because this one pissed me off. It broke. It just doesn't power on anymore. It just got fried or something. It is 3 times bigger than this thing here, and the problem with it really is that it has 12 channels. I only use one. Like literally, I only use each one of these rows, columns, is a channel. So I use this one all the way down. That's my mic. And I don't use any other ones at all. I didn't mix audio with this because it was a pain to do what I wanted to do. I need to mix digitally. This is a $200 mixer. You know, ideally, I would have it set up so I could do on the second channel music, third channel game, fourth desktop audio, stuff like that. But setting that up for what I need, I broadcast to 2 places at once because I do my show that way. That has to be done digitally, unless you really complicate things. There's a way to do it without doing it digitally, but it's way harder than just doing it digitally. So this thing does let you do it digitally, and that's why I can use these sliders now this way, because it has created like 8 digital devices to match each one of these sliders. So as long as the program's open, I can get away with that. And that's new to me, and that's exciting because I never had that before. But yeah, it's literally 1/4 of the size of this mixer, and I use just about everything on it as opposed to literally none of this thing. I don't use 11 channels of it. I don't use this at all. It just stays the same volume. I do use 1 of the 20 effects that are on it, but I mean, and it broke. So all of those things are a problem. This thing, I do feel like it's a bit pricey, but you do get a lot of stuff back out of it, and this stuff here is really cool. You have 12 buttons to mess with, and you can clear them and reset them or whatever. It's got a what button. But, I could probably turn that up some, actually. That wasn't very loud, right? Hold on a second. I wasn't sure if I'd ever use that, but there's a mother button there. It's a bit confusing for me to use because I've never used something like that before. There's some other stuff. There's not an on-off switch. It's just, so I made a profile where I could just put it to sleep and it just turns off all these lights. Yeah, that's what that is. It's a sensor button for it just turns my mic into that. How loud is that, by the way? The support for this thing is really good too. There's a Discord, and I can control the volume of it. I just didn't know where to put that at. I just since it's annoying ass beep. There's a robot voice. I haven't messed with these effects at all. I have no idea. It looks like there's some presets. Let me try these out. So, what is this? This is Big Verb? No, that's not. That's not. Oh, this is comms radio. I see. This is hard tune music. I think that this is auto tune. But to get this to work, I have to tell it to sync up with my music or something. Like it has that's called auto tune, right? Like hard tune, you know, the thing where it shifts your voice pitch in time with the music. But you can you can make it work that way, exactly the way you think it should sound, you know, real auto tune. I just have to tell it, and I haven't figured that out yet, where the music is. I have music playing, but it doesn't seem to know that that's the music channel or whatever. Like I should be able to auto tune along with. Oh, hang on, let me. Ooh, yeah, I don't think it will work. I'll mess with it later. I'll figure it out. But that's what that is.
Kid robot. I hate that one. I have a bunch of knobs. How about this? What? Okay, let's try.
It's on Echo. These are just presets that they made. They obviously have some variety. You think Matty sounds like this? I guess he does. You're right. Yeah, Psych has something like this. I don't know what Psych has. I don't think he has something this pricey. I think he just has a voice modulator, whereas I have a real mixer here, you know, like, I need to mix audio. I can't get around it. I have to
Mix audio. Tank. Some of these are neat. This is the one I made. Real quick. Because I like to say boops. And in that vein, let me mess with that reverb a little bit here. I have a bunch of choices for it. So we have, is this reverb here? No. What am I doing? Oh, here it is. I wasn't sure which one of these is a better reverber. Yeah. How about that? The chapel. The hockey arena sucks. I hate it. The chapel's better. Bleh. The hockey arena's too much. It's too much reverb. I don't like it. The chapel's what I'm looking for. Yeah. boots. How's that? Yeah. I really appreciate that you can see me turn the knob in this program in real time. You know what else? You can change the dang color of all of it. You can change the color on the left and the right. The knob itself. Just go berserk on this thing, and that all is reflected right here, of course. So, yeah. I'll mess with all of this later. Yeah. I think it's neat. So you have, oh, I'm back to normal. Okay, cool. You have cough button, and I think that's it. I think that's everything. This thing, if you you're allowed to put sound effects directly onto it, just MP3s. You can just bind MP3s to these and press them, and they'll play them, and you can control the volume of that. But you also can just hold them down and instantly record one on an empty one, and that's what the clear button's for. It unbinds whatever. And you can just make a new one. And that lets you do effects as well. I think. Do effects as well. I think. Yeah. Okay. So this is going to be used to record Catsworth when he's not suspecting it, right? Like that's what this button's for. It's extremely what I'm going to use it for. And then I'll put reverb on him. I thought people would be interested in taking a look at this thing. I'm not the first one to show it off in this manner, that's for sure. I was looking at people do this when I was thinking about buying it. I mean, it's a record button, so I can set it to record whatever channel I want. I could record this music and just make a sample out of it right now by holding down that button if I wanted to. I don't know exactly how to change that yet, but it definitely can be done. So it's just a matter of figuring out that. I can also I can bind like 800 sound effects to one button and just randomly play them. So I'm probably gonna do that. Just have a bunch of you win or you lose on a button and just press it. Because that's what I'm into. You know, I run a command center for Arcade Pit that has these kind of buttons on it. So this just makes it go away from my browser and onto my mixer. That's extremely appealing to have an entire section devoted to something that I use all the time. I'll probably have 4 buttons just for Arcade Pit. This is one of those things where I have an extremely precise use of those buttons. I'm glad my mic works. I wasn't sure if my mic was busted. It just... I don't know how to... What are we doing here? Oh. Okay, that makes sense. Oh. Well. Yeah, obviously, I'm not all about hot cyan across the whole thing, but it looks better now already, I think. I don't see how you can just pick, yeah, you just pick a sample there. So I'll drop my air horn and stuff in here, and I'll just have them on a button. Let me do that right now, actually. I definitely have those files lying around somewhere. Cover your ears. I don't think that was as loud as I thought it would be, but it's still pretty loud, right? I have a button to turn that down.
The premiere of DJ Smite? Time to get down with the beat.
Yeah, it's better. I don't need that to be as loud as me, really. That's better. That's way better. Okay, cool. I can just delete. Yeah. I can clean this up in program too, to make it really snappy. So, really good software, actually. I'm pretty happy with it. There's routing, and this was what I needed really badly. The routing needs to be separate so that I can get just desktop audio is what I need for my sidecast. And I should be able to figure out a way to do that. Should be able to. I need to cut Discord and my own mic away from everything else. Lighting, but oh, accents. Oh, cool. Yeah, that's better. There's lights all over this freaking thing. Octobloons, what the yeah. I'll get the hang of that button, don't worry. We'll PG this stream. I don't think I'll use that much. I probably won't. Maybe once in a while. This routing is always complicated. I do need a separate channel for just desktop audio. And I feel like I should be able to figure that out. I'll worry about it later because it doesn't pertain to today's stream. And it's not interesting at all, actually. But one of the things, the reason why I couldn't use a physical mixer to mix my audio is because I do need... So, in OBS right now, it's just the broadcast mix. It's just one audio channel. Everything that this thing is doing is there in one big thing. It comes in at 48k hertz as just one pipe, and that's it. And that's not okay because I need the other OBS to just be desktop audio. I just want this one, you know, just the headphones, just what this hears. Not me, not Discord, just the game. So this, since it's all digital, it creates a device in Windows that I can just tell the second OBS, hey, game audio, and that's it. It should be okay then, and I should be able to control it with this one, and it won't hear anything else. That's what I need, and I think that's what this does. So there's like 10 justifiable reasons for me to drop $400 on this. I can't say that everyone should, but I certainly have a good reason to. And like I said, I was going to spend at a freaking minimum. If I were being cheap, I would spend half of that much just to get my mic working again, or just keep using my Yeti if I really wanted to save money. There wasn't anything really wrong with my Yeti, but I do have a pretty expensive mic here that was just sitting here, and it's like, nah, let's get this thing. This thing rules, actually. I think my only complaint really right now that I ran into is that there's only 4 sliders. I would have preferred that they give me 5 or 6. I am missing a few. I'm gonna have to pick and choose which sliders I want to do things with. Anyway, I bought some Mega Man 9. I bought this thing. If my mic sounds okay, then I think we can just go ahead and start that up. This is not. This is, in fact, not Mega Man 9. Let me resize this so the next time I use my camera it won't be so messed up. Yeah. Ball. Yeah, you can change every color on this thing. All of it. You can even change the mixer lighting on the pipes. You can get rid of the gradient and just change them to be a solid color. If you want, you can do that. You can change everything. Yeah. We finish changing colors around. Yeah, that's better. I personally enjoy the meter. They told me not to use it. I don't know why. I like it. It looks like a normal mixer when you use that thing. So it's the thing that moves up and down here when you talk. And if I turn that off, then it just looks like that all the time. And I don't like that. I don't know why they would want that. And the gradient's also an option. So yeah. That's this thing. This is my behind the scenes device, and I was still working on setting it up when 8 o'clock hit, so I thought I'd turn on my broadcast instead of just sitting on it, you know, because whatever, we can hang out for a minute. My big concern certainly was my mic. It's this thing here, and it's a very quiet mic. I don't know why it has to be so freaking quiet. The problem with it is if you don't have a good preamp, it needs so much gain that it sounds awful. So I was really worried that I would need to go buy another device with this thing. But I didn't. It seems like it's okay. It seems like it's got plenty of power behind it, so that alone saves me like $150, $200. The preamps are not cheap. I would have bought a cloud lifter or whatever. Let me check the price on that thing. $150. That's what I thought. That right there. If I mean, I can't just plug into Windows. I can't do it. So my $200 mic needs a $150 preamp, or I can't use it. I just can't use it. It would sound so bad if I tried to do it without it. It needs some serious gain, and it has to be good, clean gain. But yeah, if you You know, anybody who wants my old parts, I've got a compressor and a less expensive preamp, one that didn't work for this mic. It wasn't quite up to snuff for this mic. I wouldn't even charge you for these pieces. I would just charge you shipping. I don't want them. I don't want to throw them away. It's a Composer XL and some other damn thing. I'll post about those later. I don't want them here though. I gotta get rid of them. Let me get this off screen. It's exciting to have my mic back online after a month of being broken.